Let that be a lesson to all of you seniors in high school out there. Never bring your 13-year-old sister to a high school party. Was that already not common sense? Hereditary, released in 2018 and is directed by Ari Aster, who has also directed the fucked up film MIDSOMMAR and the soon-to-be released in 2022 Disappointment Boulevard. So he's had 2 feature films released, and both of them have been complete knockouts, so Disappointment Boulevard is probably going to be another knockout. And this film is starring Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, Millie Shapiro, Ann Dowd, and Gabriel Byrne. Toni Collette plays Annie Graham, who is dealing with the recent loss of her mother, and she independently seeks counseling with support groups. While the only other person in her household that seems affected by her mother's loss is Annie's 13-year-old daughter, Charlie. But Charlie seems connected still to her grandmother due to a lot of weird supernatural coincidences that are happening in the house. And as the film unfolds, it becomes one crazy effed up ride with decapitations and pagan gods aplenty. So my first blood with this director was actually the film MIDSOMMAR that came out after Hereditary. And I watched that movie early on in 2020, and I have not stopped thinking about that film. The disregard to human life, the way it's shot, how bright it is, the cinematography, everything is excellent. And I've heard a lot about Hereditary. Thank God nothing was spoiled for me, and I'm not going to spoil anything here because the less you know about the movie, the better it is. But that being said, everyone, whoever I talk to about horror films or Halloween films, everyone is asking, hey, have you seen Hereditary? Hereditary is so scary, have you seen it? Or Halloween films, everyone is asking, hey, have you seen Hereditary? Hereditary is so scary, have you seen it? I can finally say yes, I have seen Hereditary. You don't need to ask me again. And wow, this director knows how to direct suspense. He knows how to direct horror, whether it's like demonic possession horror or whether it's just psychological horror. This guy knows horror! And that's my favorite thing about this movie, just the camera work, the cinematography. The character Annie in this film is an artist, and she's creating what seems to be like a living dollhouse of her history, of her home, and of her relationship with her mother. So you get a bunch of close-ups with Annie looking through a doorway, looking at this little tiny mannequin of her mother who's staring back at her. Kinda creepy! But then you also expand out, and we get a bunch of wide shots of this house, and it looks like the actual house that these characters are walking around and living in is its own dollhouse. Walls, furniture, everything, the way the camera pans from side to side, looks like you are looking at a living dollhouse. Mwah! Beautiful. Now, why it's shot like that and how it connects to the very ending of this movie, I'm a little lost on that. We have a dollhouse. And, again, I don't want to spoil it, but... Looks cool, though! Aster is just a master of building suspense, just starting from one generic point where there's some sort of tragedy in someone's life, and due to that tragedy, just the lowering of self-esteem and mental health, and how that just keeps going down and down and down to where all of a sudden it shoots up, where the mindsets of everyone just goes crazy. Just everything about the movie goes insane. He's also a filmmaker who's trying to communicate and send a message to young adults, people in their teenage years in high school, or if you're in undergrad, if you're in college. In MIDSOMMAR, it was, hey, don't travel abroad because you will be gutted and you will be sacrificed for some type of Wicker Man type thing. And in here, again, it's don't take your 13-year-old sister to your high school party. Just don't go to high school parties. Just stay home and everyone will be fine. I wonder what teenage lesson we're gonna get in Disappointment Boulevard. I'm gonna guess something like don't play high school sports. I have no idea what it's about, but I just imagine just this kid playing baseball and hits like a foul ball, and this ball hits someone and decapitates him. Or no, that was Simon Birch, actually. No, that won't happen. Aster won't plagiarize anyone. I'm just picturing, though, high school sports and decapitations. I don't know why. You heard it here first, though. If that movie comes out and there's something like that in there, I'm be super happy. He is also a master of hiding the horror in plain sight. When it comes to MIDSOMMAR, everything was bright. Everything was, at least majority of everything, was during the day, so nothing was being hidden. All of the creepy scenes, the horror aspects, the weird sounds, all happen with a spotlight on you. Here, there's a lot of darkness, but the horror you can see in the corner. If there's a spirit, if there is a ghost, if there is a demonic possessed body, you see it in the corner as a character is getting out of bed or slowly getting out of a chair, and you're just sitting there waiting for the thing to jump out and just wreak havoc. And just, it's there for like minutes, and you're staring at it. And you're like, oh my god, why aren't you moving? You're creepy as fuck. Why aren't you going? Why aren't you moving at all? Why are you there? Oh my god! And then the character that actually has a brain goes to another room, and then the same person is there in the corner, or is there in the rafters. And you're like, what the fuck? The horror is right there. The jump scare hasn't even happened, and I'm freaking out. This director knows how to get under your freaking skin. He is fantastic. He's a master of world building, and it's not like he spoon feeds everything to you. It's not like, hey, here's why these people are so messed up, or here's why these people are feeling how they're feeling. He will just add character and character histories and backstories with just one line, one subtle line. Annie is sitting in a support group and just casually mentions how her brother was schizophrenic and how her mother, who just passed away, was kind of focusing on her before her attention switched to her. Something that you wouldn't even think about at all when the line is said, but then as the film goes on and as you get to the very end, you go, oh, wait, that's what, oh, okay. Really, this film, and hell, even Midsommar, is all just a showcase for this director. He knows how to tell stories, he knows how to tell a creepy, fucked up thriller, and he's becoming one of my favorite directors who's working today. If you have not seen Hereditary, hey, now it's my turn to say, hey, you need to see Hereditary. Have you seen it? Ooh, that felt good. I definitely recommend it though, if you're into horror or if you're not. I think this film is must-see viewing for everyone. In terms of both of his movies, I'd probably take Midsommar over Hereditary, just my personal preference. I mean, that was my first blood, and again, it fucked me up. But Hereditary is very close behind it. I'm gonna give Hereditary 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and the next movie that we're going to be watching is a psychological thriller, which falls under the horror Halloween category. It's a PayPal donation from one of my biggest contributors on this channel, Autumn Blood. You strike again with a movie called Sleep Tight, and the poster has a giant eye looking at a naked woman laying in bed, so I can only imagine what is going to ensue. But we'll check it out next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do. Just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, have you seen Hereditary? Haha, I said it again. Have you seen Hereditary? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Sleep Tight. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.